A warm welcome to all the listeners. Listen to the Blue Horse. Dr. C.K.N. is in conversation with Pooja. I'm sure you'll enjoy this session, and I'm sure it's going to be some food for your thought.
And we're back again. How are we doing, Blue Horse?
Doing good?
Okay. So in your videos, both Tamil and English, you've been speaking about microbiome. Like there are two sessions, part 1 and part 2 about it. Can you tell the listeners about the aspects of microbiome of the human body?
So it is a very difficult subject which is being handled by the modern science in the last 30 years very actively. Maybe from early 1990s, lot of scientific community, scientists, scientific groups been working on the microbiome part of the body.
Okay.
But the amount of research which is gone on, and then the discoveries of the microbiome part of the human body is more so put under the carpet for various reasons. We're not going to go on that.
All right.
So it is an amazing stuff. Even quantum biology, which has been actively being researched in the last 30 plus years, studying about the electron and proton part of the subatomic work of the human body. Also study the microbes.
Okay.
What's happening inside the body. We have just started. We have miles to go.
We've just started. Wow.
These 30 odd years is just the start. We have miles to go.
All right.
So what basically that the humanity of the modern era, this is being studied very vividly and clearly by the ancient science, especially the Tamil science.
Okay.
I don't know about the other part of the Mayan civilization or any other civilization, the Mesopotamian civilization, Sumerian, all that stuff. The Chinese civilization, which is all much older. Everybody unanimously agree that the present human population around the world agrees that Tamil is the first ever language in the world.
Wow.
That's been undisputedly agreed.
First ever?
Yeah.
Okay.
The first ever language by a human being used is Tamil.
Okay.
There's no dispute on that. So, coming back. So, what these guys, the modern era understood, approximately around 100 trillion cells make a human body, right?
Right.
So, they found each and every cell. For each cell, it varies from person to person. From each cell, we have 200 to 500 microorganisms. Say, for example, in your body, there are 300 microorganisms there for every single cell. You are not only built with 100 trillion cells, you are also built with 100 into 300 trillion microorganisms.
Amazing.
When you collect all these microorganisms and put them in a bowl, separate them from the human body, an adult human body, put them in the bowl, they are approximately estimating that it will represent the size of a liver.
Okay.
They touch tiny structures. They are smaller than your human cells. Much smaller than your human cells.
Yeah.
Now, what they are called floras. Okay? So the highest number of microorganisms in your human body, it's there everywhere. It is from the dental to the anus in the gastro system. Say, for example, your mouth. So far, they have identified more than 800 different types of species of microorganisms in your dental area.
Wow. 800.
Yeah, imagine. And the gut flora, the stomach, they call the lactobacillus bacteria. They are of different types. They are in trillions inside.
Yeah.
Then your intestinal flora, the colon flora. There are so many things. So your brain has a brain flora. Your lung has its own floras. Heart. Liver has its own liver floras. Pancreatic floras. Spleen floras. The second largest microbiome found in the body is in the dermis, in your skin. You have to understand one thing very clearly. Skin is its biggest organ in the body.
Yes.
Because it covers your entire body, right?
Right.
The skin is the primary immune barrier.
Yeah.
It cannot allow anything from outside. No microorganisms from outside can penetrate through your skin and come in.
Yeah.
They are not allowed.
Amazing, right? Fabulous.
Yeah, that's why the maximum microbes are there, built with our human body as we are born and as we are grown. They are so clever that they block everything.
Yeah.
But one fellow they cannot block. Out of the 6 I explained: bacteria, archaea, fungus.
Pathogens.
No. Bacteria, archaea, fungus, algae, virus, and protozoa. Fungus they cannot block. Fungus
Skin.
can move in.
Skin? Through skin?
Yeah.
Oh,
Fungus can go in.
okay.
And then they can also go in and develop.
But fungal infection is very,
Fungal infection is
less.
this. Look, you are talking about something tiny,
Yeah.
If you are going to take, see, I'll tell you one example. There are nearly they're estimated, more than 1 lakh insects are there in this world. We have only identified and named approximately around 10,000.
Oh, all right.
If you're going to take all the insects in the world and weigh them, and then take all the human being and weigh them, the insects are much higher in weight
Yeah.
compared to the human population.
Yeah.
Right? Like that, we have yet to study even 1 or 2% about the microorganisms available in this world, in every aspect of world,
Okay.
every aspect of nature. See, everything is filled with microorganisms. See, if you take a tomato,
Yeah.
billions and billions and billions of microorganisms are surviving inside. They are built in, like how the microorganism is built inside us. You got it?
Yeah. Yeah.
If you take a lady's finger or a green, coriander green, or potatoes or onions, everything is filled up with. They are all microbes.
Yeah.
If you take a tree,
Yeah.
the leaf, the stem, everything is microbes. Then you can imagine the amount of microbes around the world. And what about the microbes beneath the ground?
Yeah. Even more.
You just can't imagine. There are so much.
Yeah.
And these microbes in the soil is the vital backbone of your plantations,
Yeah.
of your agriculture.
Health of the soil, they call it.
Yeah. They are the vital part of the soil. That's what we have destroyed in this last 70 years.
Yeah.
Using urea, which is based out of ammonia produced. Right?
True.
So now what they are, more understood with respect to the microbiome of the human body is the human cells are functioning based on the microbiome function, and the microbial function is based on the cellular function. They are interdependent.
Okay.
But they cannot, they overall understood the concept that what exactly is the chemical communication here. It's too difficult to study, or it is impossible, next to impossible. Okay? See, you must be knowing, I'll tell you something. You must be knowing, you must be reading, or you must be hearing this word, antioxidant.
Oh, yes. Very
Yes,
sought after.
Antioxidant. Do you know what is an antioxidant?
No.
But you use that word.
Yes.
Okay. During our mitochondrial process and other processes, some free radicals will be born. They are molecules with an unpaired electron. Electrons are always in pair in an atom.
Yeah.
There are molecules or atoms which are with an unpaired electron, a single electron. It becomes violent.
Oh, okay.
Because they're searching for a pair, searching for another electron. Your antioxidants, say for example your vitamin E or vitamin C, they're all antioxidants. They have an electron to spare.
Okay.
So they give that electron to that free radical fellow.
Okay.
So that bugger, the single electron will become a pair.
Okay.
Then he will become quiet.
Calm down.
This is what is an antioxidant.
Okay.
How many people do you think we know about all these things? But the left, right and center use antioxidant. I see lot of advertisements
True.
about antioxidant.
Yeah.
Polyphenol, phytoconstituents and all that kind of thing. But the guy who is reading that advertisement from pen, does he know what is an antioxidant? I don't know. And the people who are listening to it,
Yeah.
do they know about it? Maybe
how-
medical students may know.
Probably.
A maybe person like me who wants to know what it is, go and read about it. So this is what is an antioxidant. The body works at that level, electron and proton level. How can you go and ever understand the microorganisms? They are working beyond that.
Yeah.
They're such tiny structures. And another important factor in microbes, these microbes, they keep changing after some time.
Oh. Like how?
Like I'll tell you one example. They do this fecal study. You know what is a fecal study, right? take your stools and keep studying.
Yeah.
So they take certain number of people, they start studying them from the age of 5, whatever.
Okay.
They periodically every month collect your stool samples and they map the microorganisms. For them to understand, they do till the age of 45.
Okay.
Every month or every year, whatever, periodicals. After that, they suddenly see entirely different types of microorganisms after the age of 45.
Oh.
Because the microorganisms which were there in the colon, from the day you are born or whatever, in the age of 5 or whatever, till the age of 40, 42, 45, it's completely not there. They're totally new fellows are there.
Why so?
That's nature.
But like, how does it affect us? What happens?
What they think, it is only an estimation. What they are trying to understand, that once our young youth or whatever, it's getting over. These are all the signals for old age.
Oh.
So they want to retain what the microorganisms were there till the age of, for the first 40 years. Then they're getting changed. Now, how to understand this? Why they are getting changed? Why should they change? We don't know. You can't. It is like you are born in Tamil Nadu and you know Tamil and English. If I come and give you a German book written in German,
you can't.
What will you do with that? It is something like that.
But there is no real fact that it is because of aging. It could be anything.
It could be anything. So now they rush and say, let me make medicines and introduce these microorganisms back into your colon. How is it possible? And there are medicines like that.
Does that harm or do good?
I don't know.
If it is by logic supposed to change?
I don't know.
Okay.
Say for example, the number of species called lactobacillus in your stomach. In trillions. There are different types of lactobacillus. They process your food. There's so much of microorganisms. They process your food.
Yeah.
Then only your digestion is the major part of your digestive function by the body is processing your food by the microbes inside your gut plays a major role.
Yeah.
So the Japanese have found that one particular type of lactobacillus species are completely wiped out in your stomach.
Oh.
You get into diabetes because they are the one who process the carbohydrates coming in.
Okay.
So the stomach is not a grinding machine anymore. The stomach now is called bioreactor.
Okay.
They're calling the stomach bioreactor.
All right.
Because of the so much of, intercomplicated function of processing your food by the microbes inside the gut flora. They just can't imagine. These tiny insects, they spread light.
Yeah, fireflies. Yeah.
And there are microorganisms, which throw lights inside.
Like which is visible?
Yeah. They have gone and studied all this in quantum biology. Okay? It is so complicated.
I know.
Now, in quantum biology, now they have understood there's a connection of vagus nerve between your stomach and the brain. There are number of communication is going on inside between the stomach flora and the brain flora through the vagus nerve. And when this communication is getting disturbed, it is one of the major reasons for autism, dementia, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's and so on.
Oh.
That's a new finding.
Okay. So that could help.
Now, how to establish this again? In the sense like, say, suppose if it is correct, if these microorganisms are communicating with each other, which is true, and through the vagus now the communication is going on, which is also true. Now that when it gets disturbed or when it gets failed or whatever it is, how to re-establish it?
Yeah. That's a major finding, is it not?
Yeah. When it comes to the question of, say, you have a car, that morning you come down and you start your car, the car is not starting. So what do? You call the service station and say, my car is junk. It's not starting.
Yeah.
So the service engineers come. Okay? They come and check the car. They find, ma'am, how old is your car? They say, you say it's 2.5 years old. Okay, ma'am, your battery is gone. The new battery has to be put. You say, okay, change it. So they go and bring a new battery, put the new battery, it starts. So now what you have to understand from this is, the car is designed by an engineering company, an automobile engineering company. They know exactly what the car is all about. Right. When it comes to malfunctioning, your car is not starting this morning. The service engineer comes and check and find out the battery is failed. It is not able to give power to the plugs to fire the petrol. So they identified and they did the troubleshooting, found the problem, identified the problem, eliminated the problem by putting the new battery in, and the car starts.
Yeah.
Why I'm telling you this is compare that to here. You're seeing everything there. When something goes wrong, you're not able to repair it. That means what you're seeing is correct or not.
Yeah. Now I understand. In the previous session you had asked me. Now I get it.
Okay. And for example, all kinds of skin problems. When your plasma of the blood, 50% of your human blood is plasma.
Yeah.
They are water based.
Yeah.
If the plasma is going to become highly acidic in nature, the pH value of the blood is totally different. That potential hydrogen. The acidic part of the blood is something different.
Okay.
Say suppose you're going to have too much of proteinized food. Your paleo diet or your keto diet or whatever. And that is going to, definitely too much of protein will, make your blood acidic. Because everything in the end has to go to the blood.
Okay.
And everything has to dissolve in plasma. So your blood is going to become more and more acidic in nature because of your high protein diet. I'm just telling you this for example. And this blood has to flow to your capillaries, which is hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of them, thousands and thousands and thousands of them under your skin.
Okay.
A capillary is 1/16 of a human hair, which is the thinnest tube of a blood vessel. And if you take a square inch of blood and you go to the net and say, so how much of capillaries are there under this 1 square inch of my skin? Oh my God, you will see hundreds and hundreds of them.
Okay.
And this blood has to flow through the capillaries and give nourishment to the skin.
Right.
And if your plasma is going to be acidic in nature, and they're going to destroy the microbiome of the skin.
Oh, okay.
Then you get into skin problem. Now by treating the skin, your skin will never become alright.
True.
You have to treat the blood.
Yeah.
It becomes a hematology subject, not a dermatology subject at all.
What do you do to make it alkaline?
Who?
The blood?
You have to pay me a special fees for me to tell you the truth.
That's not fair.
That we'll talk about in another conversation. And we are just talking about this microbiome, okay?
Yeah.
So,
I mean, the beauty industry being the beauty industry, right? The most profitable, one of the most profitable.
Yeah. But then these, microorganisms are so, you have to find words. There is no astonishing, complicated and all that. It's all beyond that.
Unparalleled.
But then, what people have to understand is very important. When the child is born, it basically dependent on the mother's feed.
Yes.
And the mother's feed, the milk through the breast given to the child, carries huge amount of different types of microorganisms to the child. Already the child born is having its own microorganisms. There is no doubt about it. It has to come through the, vaginal to the world. Not your cesarean.
Yeah.
Because there is something called vaginal flora. It has to come through that. You got the point?
I got it.
It's very important.
Okay.
The children which are born naturally are much healthier than the children born cesarean.
Okay.
That's because of the flora.
Right.
This is a very important point.
Okay.
And every time when the mother feeds milk, 600 species of microorganisms go through this mother milk into the child and spread to the various parts of the body.
Okay.
You see how the nature is playing the role.
Beautifully designed, right?
Yeah.
Everything has a purpose.
Yeah. And microorganisms are such complicated, components of the human body. There are microorganisms do good to you. There are microorganisms do bad to you.
Yeah.
The bad microorganisms should be always less in number. The good microorganisms should always be more in number. That is what is your health.
Yeah.
A good healthy person means this. You got it?
I got it.
1 minute, I'll explain you that. Say for example, a particular microorganism in your smaller intestine, whatever they eat and excrete becomes that component excreted is your vitamin K2, which is highly important to the body. Now you know what microorganisms do good to you. Melatonin, some of the lactobacillus eat and excrete is melatonin, produced in the stomach. They produce various components as their excretion. The microorganisms which are bad, which they eat the dirt and excrete, becomes toxic in nature for us.
Yeah. Yeah.
When they are not prevented, they create problem. If you allow these toxic excretion by the microorganisms, some of the microorganisms in the body, and that has to touch the nervous system, then you have neurological disorders.
Oh. But there's no way of preventing or anything of any of these, right? I mean, this is just naturally happening inside your body.
No. You see, by studying minute details of this kind, you will not be able to repair any system.
Correct.
The wholesome approach is what is most important.
Generally live healthy. Generally have a healthy life.
No, the overall, the wholesome approach
Will be.
how can you go and treat one microorganism here?
So how do you wholesome do? Like, how do you? Like, for example.
I am also searching for the answer.
That's what. Like, there is. It's so much of unknown.
It will be always unknown.
Which is good also, I think. Otherwise, we'll exploit that also.
See, nature is a smart cookie.
Yeah.
He's not going to allow you to come anywhere near it.
Correct.
You think it will allow you?
No.
It will kick your jaw and say goodbye.
Yeah. We shall also say goodbye.
The point is nature is immeasurable and science is measurement.
True.
With measurement, you cannot read the immeasurable.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Blue Horse. Everybody can wonder, think about it, understand there's so much of unknown even just within us. So much of wonder. Anyhow, let's see you in another session. Have a good day. Thank you.